Today's message is coming in after the eclipse and dealing with the energy from Mercury retrograde. It's very clear that we are dealing with maybe people returning from the past, trying to get back in, or you even returning to the past, or dealing with feelings of nostalgia, dealing with your shadow self. You'll have this eclipse. You're trying to have balance in your life. You're trying to manifest something better. Things have come to a head in a lot of areas. Some of you really need to cleanse yourselves. I had that reading, came out, but for some reason it would not allow me to upload it. The card, it came out that you need to detoxify. Everyone needs to detoxify. Actually, need to detoxify even before the eclipse. But it's never too late to cleanse your life, to put things in perspective, right? It's never too late for that. And you need to understand that this is your time. This is your time. You've been seeking reciprocity, probably from a relationship. And this relationship does not have to be intimate, although it can be. And with that reciprocity, you are not getting the reciprocity. So you have entertained certain conversations, all right? Somebody wanting to call you, but they may be texting you, they may be breadcrumbing you. This is not something that you're interested in. So you're practicing self-healing, introspection, caring for oneself, right? And because you're practicing these things, but you've been going back and forth. You've been indecisive, and also the person you're dealing with has been giving you messages that are very indecisive, going back and forth. And this person you're dealing with, like I said, is most likely an intimate relationship, but it does not have to be. This could be one in your job. This could be dealing with siblings. It could be dealing with any other relatives. This is concerning for you. But I see that you're starting to see yourself, and you see them. You see them, clearly see through them. You understand that this is a game that they're playing, that they may be immature. And also, you may be seeing that you are not being seen the way you desire to be seen. Communication is key. And during Mercury retrograde, those who have poor communication are going to have very difficult times. And those who have excellent communication need to slow down in their communication as to not be misunderstood. Because it's not what you are saying that's as important as what you would like for them to understand, the message that you want to get through. Okay? And this is you. And it's also them. You're both trying to move on. You're trying to move on from this. You didn't need to have the connection. There may be other things that are binding you from before, contracts and things of the sort. With this kind of Taurus energy, there's been some work put into a past situation. You may be connected through children, through business. You may be connected also through other expenses or that you put yourself into. There might be a home. It could be a home. It could be a car. It could be credit cards, debt, etc. You are connected to this other person. A lot of people have made this error. You're not the only one. Okay. Understand this. A lot of people playing house, doing spouse stuff. On a friend type of relationship. Everybody is not supposed to get all of you. You know, you're dealing with a situation. Are you the runner or are you the chaser? Okay? This person says, I don't want to run anymore. This is somebody no longer wants to run. It could be you, it could be the other person. And you just figure like they fumbled you. Or you fumbled the other person, either way, right? And it's like I didn't act when I should have. And this could be you, missed opportunity. You could have fumbled that opportunity to have something solid, something more permanent. But understand, a missed opportunity doesn't mean you won't have another one. If you dwell on the past, you can't live in the present, and you will not have a future. This is very important right now that you focus on what is most important, what is coming to you. The messages that fell out from the other day was you will soon be surprised and grateful for how everything happened the way it did, for you to receive better and greater. It's all adding up in your favor. Trust the process and how things are unfolding for you. Okay? And you have to remember that you have to invest in yourself. You have to love yourself more by saying no to things that feel draining and burdening for you. Saying no when you want to say no instead of saying yes. You can't be a people pleaser all the time and also please yourself, right? You have to care for yourself. All right, and then this is a real act of self-love, and the act of self-love requires action. All right, there's going to be, look, bam, an unexpected outcome. There's an unexpected outcome. This unexpected outcome could be, if you've been manipulating, it's like a door slam in your face, or things may look like they're in your favor temporarily. However, if you have clean hands, no matter how it falls out, you're going to feel comfortable with the outcome. Okay, you're going to feel comfortable with the outcome. This is your time of waiting. And let me tell you something. This is a good wait. This is a pause that allows you to gain new perspective. It allows you to communicate with the divine, with the universe. This is a pause that you need, and this pause is not a pause where you don't do anything. Is you reassess who you have been associating yourself with. When you see this card come out, this is the card of the cups here. This is the Six of Cups. Sometimes this is parent-child. This could be siblings. It could be a return of a lover from the past, okay? It could represent all of these things. When you see that and you see the Hierophant, means a real connection. And so it could also be business as well. Those you associate with, those who you might take advice from. You might be reassessing who you get your advice from. You may be determining that maybe they have an agenda. Maybe they have their own personal issues that they bring to it. I've had this issue. I'm going to just use this quickly. When I was married younger, I used to get advice from somebody who was older. Just a woman that was godly, so I thought, and I'm sure she was. But when I think back, her advice came from a place of her own pain. So every bit a piece of advice that she gave me about my relationship was negative in reference to my husband. So you have to consider the source. So looking back in retrospect, I had a husband that was constantly checking on me and seeing about me. And her reference to that was he was dogging my steps. Where I would say if someone has a husband like that, he was attentive, he's caring, he's supportive. So depending on how you what adjectives you use, your perspective on things, you might say, oh, that's somebody who's hogging your space. Or you could say that's somebody who really genuinely cares for you. There's a way to communicate. When you have someone who loves you that much or has that much interest in you, just try to communicate this way or that way. Give a different kind of advice, a loving, a more tender advice, especially a feminine dealing with a masculine energy, because I'm a heterosexual woman with a man. So this was very important. And in most relationships, there is a dynamic to that energy. Sometimes we're more in the feminine, and we have feminine, masculine energy in us. And sometimes even the feminine needs that masculine, that more assertive part of her to be recognized. Her thoughts, her process, what it is that she would like to initiate. So there needs to be a healthy balance. But if you're getting counsel from someone who's damaged, their counsel is going to lead you to what? More problems, more pain. So today's message is look at things from a different perspective. It's time to let go of things that no longer serve you in the way that it should, in a healthy way. If there's somebody in your life that's causing you angst, mentally, emotionally, spiritual, or financial, you need to pull back some. You need to assess what the situation is. See if this is one that is reciprocal. Are they giving and also you're giving? Are you only receiving or are you only giving? Where is that relationship? Is there someone trying to manipulate you, gaslight you, someone who's not communicating clearly to you? You need to pull away from that, because that can create emotional instability and mental instability within yourself, especially if you are susceptible to leaning into that energy. If you're not able to pull yourself out, which is this energy here is saying pull yourself out and look at what's happening in your life, in your spiritual life, especially. So your spiritual life is affected by your mental life, by your communication with yourself and also with others. So if you find yourself not in the right place mentally, you need to reassess. Have a conversation with yourself about what's happening in your life. You feel like, oh, this person said something and I just lost it. No, you were not in control of yourself before they said it, because you weren't prepared. And when you get yourself prepared, when you're strong, mentally, emotionally, spiritually, somebody can come to you and tell you you're a bum. And you'll laugh because you know you're not. I remember years ago, somebody told my daughter, she's very beautiful, somebody told her she was ugly. She laughed so hard all the way home. It was so funny to her. Me ugly? That's the biggest joke ever. She already knew she was the cutest thing coming and going. So it just depends on who you are. Somebody tells you you're not smart, you're dumb, and you know that you're smart. You know you've applied yourself. You understand who you are. Then no one can take that from you. Somebody tells you you're unlucky. You say, I don't need to be lucky. I'm highly favored. I'm blessed. Even when things are difficult for me, these are all challenges in order for me to overcome them, in order for me to have a testimony. There's no testimony without the test, okay? You are favored. Mwah. You're not here by accident.